Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Avowed with me, BringItDon. Let's continue around the city of Fior Iverno. I'm not only back up there just to jump back down. I'd have dodged back when I did. The beetle's out for blood.
Come and get me! Quick move! Left! Left! Take a moment, people.
That was a fun little brawl. A potato. There it is. Oh, here we go. So that's the waterfall, that's the bridge, that's the city. So we should have a cave. Possibly up here. Also a camp right here. Let's go and grab that. We can always save that for later. Alright, let's look for this treasure. Alright, so the waterfall, a little further back from the waterfall. Ouchies. Well, while we're here, may as well grab it. Heck yeah. There's the cave I'm looking for.
Treasure hunting suits you.
My painter's brush. Grants a critical eye, plus 5% critical hit chance. Once a prized possession of a master painter, this old frayed horsehair brush is nothing terribly special to look at. But there's more to it than meets the eye. When it's on your person, you more easily notice fine details such as individual leaves on a tree, or slight gaps in an enemy's armor. I'm probably not going to use that. We can send that on back to camp. Waterfall cave. Yeah, there is a cave behind the waterfall, but how do I get to it? It has it marked on the map over here next to the bridge. So I don't know if we survive this fall. Turns out we do. Oh, look at that. Here's the way inside. By the way. A little easier than what I did.
Let's see what you got. Stay. That's one for us.
I don't see his body. But I did see... this over here.
Yeah.
Every other time I've been able to eke out my loot. I'm hoping, let me try something. RC blows. Alright. Let's get back on track. Well, almost.
Yeah.
Alright, that's better. Alright, back up here. What's going on here?
Remind me not to spook you. Let's see what you got. Hold Stay down.
I felt a little
Ready for
bad.
more.
Because they were adorable marching in their little, I don't know, conga line. But at the same time, I know they wouldn't have felt bad about attacking me, so we will.
Yeah.
We'll take it. Oh, we don't end up in there.
Yeah.
Alright, I'd like to get back on track now. I don't only have myself to blame. This little cave area does count as part of the area we're trying to explore. Not that it has anything to offer us anyway.
No more grumbling. We'll be back on the sea in no time.
Reminds me of a joke. What's a pirate's favorite letter? You think it's the R, but it actually be the C. Captain Trevick.
Ah! I thought that was you. Wasn't sure I'd ever see you again.
Trevick, was it?
Aye, it was. Captain Trevick, in fact. But what's an honorific between friends, eh? We've moved on since you saw us on Castle's Folly. My crew's salty over standing about on land, but we do what we can do.
We gave the outro to Defalva. Just thought you might like to know.
Ah, so the job's complete after all. Good. I hope he gets whatever he needed out of it. Listen, I need to get back to wrangling this rowdy crew of misfits. Thank you for stopping by and for, you know, maybe we can return the favor someday. Andra's favor on you, Frank.
Alright, Animancer's journal. He must have been the scream that we heard, but we couldn't see him. After a lifetime of research, I've unlocked the mystery of spiritual self-combustion. Today I'll prove that, under the right conditions, our mortal soul is flammable. Hark, the hour approaches. Update. Monto says I'm not allowed in the workshop anymore. Who crowned him king of the Animancers? If he thinks he can suppress my work, he's sorely mistaken. He can't even suppress a small fire. Another update. I've established a field laboratory outside of town. Invitations have gone out, but so far no one has come to bear witness to my demonstration. Their loss, I say. When I prove the efficacy of spiritual self-combustion, I alone will reap the rewards. Hark, the hour approaches once more.
Yeah, I pretty much brought that plague bear down by myself.
Did you now?
Captain Masoni said he'd never seen anything like it.
Oh, I bet. It's a nice day, isn't it?
Alright, Nico. Well, let's look up here real quick.
Word of advice, give a wide berth to the governor's manor. Giatta's about to tear that poor man a new one.
Unfortunately, that's where I'm headed.
Well, I hope you have a stomach for profanity.
Huh. A woman shouting profanity at leadership? Reminds me of home.
She came storming up the hill with a wheelbarrow full of spoiled crops. Then the shouting started.
Animancers fighting? This I have to see.
This isn't the first time Giatta's put the governor in his place, but it might be the last.
What are they fighting about?
Look around. The town's overgrown, the crops are dying. What's not to fight about?
Just take a blessed day look outside. Doesn't take a genius to see this place is rolling downhill.
The governor's manor is on the far side of town. You can't miss it. Just follow the sound of foul language. Stay out of trouble. Or make sure I don't notice it.
Oh, that was the main gate. Didn't realize we had made it that far. Thought we were still on like the western side. Oh, cool. Into the city. Before I get sidetracked again.
The Emperor's envoy. Come to interfere in Steel-Garrote business again?
That depends. Are you doing something that requires my interference?
Certainly not. Besides, I have no more business in Fior. If you're here to speak with Vidaro, I'm afraid you'll find the governor is quite beyond reason. These Valians and their love of animancy.
Metaphysically speaking, it's unlikely that animancers are causing this plague.
While they theorize and do nothing, the sickness spreads. But worry not, envoy. The Steel-Garrote will be ready to ensure the safety of Adiran interests when the time comes.
What are you talking about?
We all have our part to play, envoy. Until later. May the burned queen watch over you.
Don't mind me. Put that on my tab. Or someone's tab. Doesn't have to be mine. In fact, I prefer it if it wasn't.
And all godlike. I've heard whispers that one of your kind was here in the Living Lands. 'Tis a pleasure to meet you. In case it wasn't clear, I'm the point of contact for anyone with bounties to turn in. So return to me if you have any to claim.
What's your role in Fior Iverno?
Officially, I'm one of the many researchers here. My specialty is in the anatomy of the many species of Eora.
Well, why are you here instead of researching?
If you must know, Vulpinet, these bounties are more pressing than my research. Someone had to be chosen to man the board. That person happens to be me. At least some of these bounties result in interesting specimens to study.
Oh, yeah, Ado, a Valiant greeting. I'll return when I have bounties to collect.
Auret Auguri. I hope to see you soon.
That's a Valiant farewell, I suppose. Alright. A bounty... Beldereno? I'm trying to roll my R's there. Attention. A reward will be given for killing the Earth Blight known as Beldereno. A number of rangers and settlers perished in a natural disaster. Now their souls are bound together in agony, incarnated as the Blight. Please put them out of their misery. To claim your reward, return proof of your kill to Martella and Fior Iverno.
Oh, those poor souls. Please bring them peace, Saimiko. Becoming part of a blight is not a fate I would wish upon my worst enemy.
Alright, Old Nuna. Attention. A reward will be given for killing an ancient and dangerous bear that has taken up residence within the grotto. Some citizens familiar with the region's history recognize this bear as Old Nuna, a beast responsible for the deaths of many rangers. To claim your reward, return proof of your kill to Martella and Fior Iverno.
Be careful with Old Nuna. I have a theory that her longevity and hardiness are due to an inordinate suffusion of essence.
Fletchia's Dispatch. Wanted. Sansa, a cartographer in Paradise, has reported his assistant, Fletchia, missing in the Emerald Stair. A reward will be offered for the return of Fletchia's cartographic notes. Below is her last correspondence, posted to provide clues to her whereabouts. Good day to you, Sansa. Hope this letter finds you well. I am pleased to report new progress on my charts of the Emerald Stair. I have taken up near a curious ruin that the locals called Naku Tedek. Godless, perhaps? I will note it. Such architecture I have never seen. I know I should be diligent and focus on my work, but I cannot help worrying that my presence here is a burden. Though the Fiorians welcome me warmly, it is clear they have fallen on hard times. I hope to finish quickly. I have yet another mouth to feed. Kind regards, Fletchia. Alright, the Trantons. Attention. A reward will be given for killing the notorious Tranton bandit gang, located in the Western Forest. These outlaws are responsible for a number of raids on outlying farms. Someone needs to ensure that these raids end for good. To claim your reward, return proof of your kills to Martella and Fior Iverno.
Oh, the Trentons. A bunch of butzos, if you ask me. But they are dangerous, I'll admit. Watch yourself out there.
Alright, Delimgan. Attention. A reward will be given for killing a group of Delimgan within the Western Forest. They've been acting more aggressive lately, attacking rangers on patrol and researchers out in the field. To claim your reward, return proof of your kills to Martella and Fior Iverno.
Ah, those Delimgan. They are not evil, it is just in their nature to push back against the expansion of civilization. Still, survival of the fittest and all that, ne?
And Zorops. Attention. A reward will be given for killing the Zorops that have taken up residence at the abandoned farms northwest of Fior. Those farms are ever to be reclaimed. The Zorops will need to be driven away from the land. To claim your reward, return proof of your kills to Martella and Fior Iverno. Cool. Well, we got a merchant in here.
Can I interest you in some glaive berries or Barrett's bells, perhaps?
I'm just gonna grab a couple things from in here. A letter. Beautiful Ector. I write this without hope, knowing you'll never see it. Every day I come to your tea shop, watching your lips mutter about the noise and complain about contention. Yet the only contention I feel is within my heart. I order your tea, sit in the corners you serve other customers, but you never notice. I imagine what has captured your thoughts each time you lose focus and stare at the wall with a blank expression. Each time I wish that it was me you looked at with those glazed, blurry eyes. Forever your magpie, Abrit.
Welcome to Poria in Velino, the finest legitimate apothecary of Emerald Stair.
How's business going?
5 summers ago, business was thriving. But now charlatans are selling crystals and essence enlargers in the streets. Add rumors of Dream Scourge and everyone is buying from these swindlers. At least you've come in.
You could profit by selling such products yourself too.
Oh, I could, easily. But in the long run, where would that get me? I would be no better than them. I used to believe animancers would trust science, but I'm beginning to doubt that. At least I don't have to convince you.
I need some supplies. What do you have? A whole lot. Alright. Let's start by selling our junk. Could break it down as well, but I'm already here. Actually, how much more this is worth? Maybe I'll sell the fine stuff and break down the common stuff. I haven't found any gems in a while. Alright, Meneletta's Conduit. Grants charge missile, plus 5% attack damage, plus 30% maximum wand range, and Shocking Lash. Hit steal plus 10% bonus shock damage. This metal wand has been built in a way to allow more efficient channeling of the magical blast this type of weapon is known for. Techniques used to do this are known only to a small handful of master wand makers, but the effect has been described as being for wands that what rifling is firearms. This particular design was first created by the Archmage Meneletta, and for many spells that unleash missiles of pure force upon the unfortunate targets. We'll buy both of these. These I'm not as worried about, but we know where to get it when we need it. That was the only unique, right?
Welcome back! What can I get you?
Yeah. Ooh, crumpled letter from Tane. Dear Len, you'd love it here. The Living Lands is quite the vacation spot. Even the small mushrooms are as large as giant mushrooms. You remind me of Mora. Cora said Mora and her mushroom-riddled face. Oh, I haven't met any dragons yet. I'll let you know the instant I do. Then we can both have dragons. Animancy is so much fun. One of the locals sat me down in front of his machine, told me that my soul is shaped like an orb. Can you believe that? Offered him a signed copy of my famous spell, Tane's Chaotic Orb, but he said no thanks. His loss, right? You still have that locket I gave you. Whenever you're feeling lonely, don't forget to open it and think of me, and maybe write back. Your friend, Tane the Archmage, author of Tane's Chaotic Orb. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Len hates when I talk about myself, and when I call her Len. And everything about me, but I will get on her good side, even if it kills me. Which it might, if the Living Lands doesn't kill me first.
Have you heard? Giatta's causing trouble at the governor's mansion again.
You must admit she has a point. We should do something about the Dream Scourge. Not simply wait for it to pass.
Be careful with that kind of talk. The governor has ears all over town.
Animancy for farmers. Farming in Emerald Stair is both simpler and more complicated than other lands, and it's important to understand why. Animancy is the art of soul manipulation. Because we sit atop a rich vein of soul essence, our animancers work miracles of healing, personal enrichment, research, and yes, agriculture. The machines around Fior Iverno tap into the flow of essence and use it to give life to the soil. Don't touch the machines or disturb any animancers at work. Don't ask questions about what they do or how they do it. If you get sick, someone might escort you to the ruins west of town for observation and final rites, if necessary. And some of the farmhands might not draw breath. Beyond that, it's business as usual. A Dangerous Legacy by Arthur Castell. The Armass of Iverno is a dangerous legacy. We exploit the land for its riches, but our way of life is only a generation old. Our children will inherit an ecosystem they barely understand, because we barely understand it. Despite our success, I worry for the future. The animancers who planted these seeds will not be the ones who harvest whatever grows.
Spirits are truly wonderful, powerful, self-aware, and rich with insight.
Insight, you say?
Indeed. The spirits have access to lifetimes of knowledge.
A little knowledge would do me good right about now. A pity I must wait until I'm dead.
Frustrated Scrawl. Souls are made of essence. Essence is made of... Why are hostile spirits visible to the naked eye? Undiscovered gods. Mapping the beyond. Soul compass. Is that something? But how do I work from the gods? Tea. Soul tea. If I don't settle on a dissertation topic, my mentor is going to kill me. I don't know, undiscovered gods seems topical.
Would you care for a refreshment?
I don't seem to be struggling in here.
If you are looking for sanctuary, you have found it. The Gifted Magpie is a house of calm, rational discussion. We have only 2 rules of conduct. Maintain dignity and speak in a soft tone of voice.
Is something going on around here?
To put it gently, yes. Giata Castell is giving our governor a piece of her mind, loud enough to rattle the windows. Animancers are miracle workers, but their work breeds obsession, rivalry, and bitter disagreement.
You must see a lot of animancers around here.
Their anxiety keeps me in business. This tea house is where troubled minds come to approach problems from a quieter angle.
Maybe that's why animancy is so unreliable. Everyone's fatigued.
Imagine what we could accomplish if more animancers took a little time to focus on themselves. Now, will there be anything else?
Why is this place called the Gifted Magpie?
Believe it or not, this building was once my father's grain warehouse. One day, a magpie landed on the rafters and spoke fluent Valian to anyone who would listen.
What did it say?
Among other things, it told my father the recipe for a blueberry tart. Popular item until the recent troubles. Helia is the goddess of birds and creativity. Yes, the spiritual significance of a talking magpie is debatable. But the tale inspired others to make this a haven of creativity. And so, here we are.
What happened to the magpie?
Who knows? Either it flew away on bad business, or it was just a metaphor to begin with. A good story knows where to end itself. The bad ones all end in grief.
Did you know that Abrit has a crush on you?
What? I mean, I'm sorry. What? Could you possibly elaborate?
Why don't you ask her yourself?
Oh, what a horrible idea. It's just that these sorts of things happen to other people, but never me. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Hi, any advice?
You're overthinking this. Invite her around for a cup of tea.
It seems I need to gather my wits and figure out what to do next. I have no skill with romance, you see. Oh dear.
Now order some tea.
Regrettably, we are out of tea. My stockpile is exhausted, and the harvest has not kept up with demand. We have other goods for sale, if you care to peruse them. Trinkets I have collected over the years.
No tea in a tea house.
The fields have been unproductive of late, and what grows has not risen to our standard. I am hopeful that this is a temporary setback and not a sign of things to come.
Let's see what you have for sale. Alright, War Mage's Bracers. Item bonus, minus 10% ability essence cost, and grants Harness the Storm, plus 15% shock damage. That should go well with the Menolettos. Menolettas? The one that we saw earlier. These delicate-looking golden bracers are in actuality quite durable. Channeling electricity while wearing them is drastically more potent. It should only be done so if there is a thick layer of clothing between these bracers and their wearer. When particularly powerful spells are channeled, however, the gold can grow so hot that it scorches the wearer even through their clothing. And treasure map Practical Pockets. A good ranger is prepared for any challenge, but the best ranger has snacks on hand. Now that I have retired, I have no further need for my coat of many pockets. Use it in good health, though mind the crumbs and the smell of cheese. Alright, we'll find that later. Which I guess you don't have to buy the treasure maps, as long as you're thorough, but that's fine. Alright, either way for now, I am going to call it here. Next time we'll continue exploring Fior Mess Iverno. Looks like we have a fair bit to do. It's not that big, though. But either way for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.